And we are back. Moving on in the 22 UTC bracket with the first semifinals match of this bracket between Kurisu and ktrihc. ktrihc. Can someone let me know how you pronounce that? But yeah, should be quite a good match. Although Dash K has not played a single match so far. In this iteration of release, we have seen him, I believe, in Duckling Cup 2. I think he made it all the way to bracket finals, where he faced off against Jackson and lost, but very good player. Has experience with Duckling Cup pools and the way we do things here. Meanwhile, Kurisu, player that's played 2 matches today to get all the way here, and we've seen them being very impressive in their own skill sets, but also pretty all-rounded. I believe this pick is from Kurisu, if no, I'm not entirely sure. I just glossed over the chat for a second. But they definitely seem more consistent into this beginning of the map. Maybe also more warmed up, considering they've played more matches than Dash K today. But after that early miss, Dash K is not really missing that much combo, although as soon as I say that they miss again in the middle of this Ki, and now we are entering the back and forth section, which Kurisu is hitting very nicely. So I can definitely see the comfort of your own picks, and that Dash K may not be the best high AR player. We also saw them banning Nomotsu and DT3, I believe both being tapping picks, with DT3 being the high BPM tapping pick. Or no, high BPM, I meant to say high AR. And Dash K is just gonna give up. I think they pressed tab and saw Kurisu at like 500k score and decided not to mess up their reading and tapping any longer. Or maybe they just got a bad note lock and couldn't recover in the middle of those patterns, which is much more likely. But yeah, we are going to see a very decisive victory on this pick from Kurisu, their first pick. And this kind of map might just very well just set a tone of the match, because when you win DT1 this decisively, it can be followed by normal 6, DT2, which is not banned. And I don't know, it's not that many speed picks, because we've tried to balance the pool in a way where you cannot really force your way through the match with only one skill set, but 2 more points still brings him closer to victory. And if anything speed related is this much in favor of Kurisu, it can spell trouble for Dash K. Although, as I'm saying that, we will see Dash K picking straight in Mod 6. So maybe the problem with DT1 was simply just the high AR or the aim, and had nothing to do with speed in general. On another note, I'm not sure if hack means I've not practiced this, or hack means I cannot play speed stamina. Although, as we've seen, this Nomad 6 has some pretty weird patterns. Eternum was calling it a very reading intensive normal 6. And it's definitely, reading is definitely not the difficult part of the map, it's definitely the tapping, but if you're not expecting it, if you're sidering this kind of map, it can throw a wrench in your plans. I think Dash K fell into the trap of Nomad 6 being speed and Nomad 5 being gimmick. Yeah, they are confirming in chat now that they did not mean to pick speed. Which is not the best situation you want to be in when your opponent is leading 1-0 and you're not a speed player and you banned 2 tapping maps. We see both players holding decently through the slow part in the beginning. I guess I wouldn't call it a finger control part. It was not that finger control. Oh my god, Dash K, that was such a big accuracy drop on just sliders. And we can already see the tapping difficulty this player is facing. As soon as the speed bar begins, they drop straight down to 9%, meanwhile Kurisu still holding the full combo, I believe, and with 96% accuracy. Not the best, but it's not bad. And as I say that the player's trade, but any trade at this point in the map is going to favor Kurisu very highly because of the accuracy advantage and the early score lead they build up. And even though Kurisu misses now, Dash K is going to need a lot more to win this pick. And they look like they're barely hanging on. Oh my god, what is up with that shaking? And yeah, it was bound to happen eventually. The players trade again, and again trades favor Kurisu in this situation with a score lead of like 80k score. This is looking pretty grim for Dash K. Although, this kind of map confirms that the Kurisu may not be the strongest tapping player in general. It does not help if you yourself cannot play the pick. And now with less than one quarter of the map left, Kurisu having more than double the score of Dash K. I think it's pretty safe to say that Kurisu is going to get the first breakpoint of the match on this very clear mispick from Dash K. And we can only hope that a small mistake like this is not going to end up causing a loss that could have been easily prevented or at least contested through a tiebreaker otherwise. And next map we're going to see from Kurisu is Nomad 3, which from what I've seen they are able to play decently well, although I'm fairly sure it's not a map Dash K is horrible on. Yeah, we are going to see Kurisu with a very early miss. We'll give Dash K about 100 combo lead, which is not too bad in this kind of map. Accuracy, fairly even as well. Both players getting back in the 99s. Although Dash K is going to miss on absolutely nothing and then keep dropping accuracy on absolutely nothing. It is far from over, because this map is relatively long and we know both players can do this in it. Kurisu is the first one to miss in this KI, so the small lead they build up will, or at least Dash K will have the option to recover it in almost an instant. Accuracy being the only factor that's still keeping Kurisu in the lead. I think we saw a little bit of a grip readjustment from Dash K there. They almost missed on the note. I think they didn't expect the verse to start so soon after that fake break, I guess. But they managed to stabilize. And now they are 120 combo ahead of Kurisu, which is enough to almost bring them back in the lead. As I was saying, the accuracy advantage for Kurisu is making it hard for Dash K to bring this back, but the combo will prevail eventually if they don't lose much more accuracy. And Kurisu is going to be the first one to miss into the second Ki as well, just like in the first one, just seems to not be able to hold a combo at the beginning of the hard sections. Meanwhile, Dash K is holding combo on these sections seamlessly. I mean, yeah, they are dropping the accuracy, but Kurisu with another miss and what was 100 combo lead now suddenly became 800 combo lead, and with this Dash K has built up an almost 100k score lead, and with 1/4 of the map left, it's becoming increasingly difficult for Kurisu to bring this back. They will firstly absolutely need a miss from Dash K, but then also they will need to hold the combo themselves, which they are not able to do. And with this, Dash K is going to win back his breakpoint that he conceded by mispicking Nomad 6, thinking it was a gimmick map. And you can only imagine the breath of relief that Dash K is having right now winning this map, because the worst case scenario that could have happened in that situation was the lead just spiraling out of control and the Kurisu just building up an insane momentum that would become unstoppable, but now with this breakpoint, Dashki brings himself back into the game, and the score is once again even. Now we see Dashki picking into the map he originally had planned, which is normal 5, the reading map. But what the interaction before has told us is that he has no idea what a pool looks like. And I'm fairly convinced he's the better reading player, especially considering that Kurisu has banned Hidden 2 at the beginning of the match. But Kurisu has played this map, I believe, at least once, maybe even twice before, and that can actually be a big game changer, because this map is not... I can barely call it a raiding map. So I'm very excited to see if we are going to see another reading performance on par with Mai's JD's. Because he was getting some crazy scores on this map, which, don't get me wrong, crazy score on this is basically 100k, but really makes you wonder. What is that shake? Is Dash K playing Tap X? I do not understand. Are they okay? The map did not begin, and they cannot hold a straight line on the trail. But they are holding combo on this. I think they're the first person to begin this map with a 95% accuracy. They are, oh my god, we might be seeing an insane score on this. 45k is a score that many players have at the end of the map, not in the first quarter of it. How are they still holding combo? This is by far the best score we've seen in this today. It almost feels like they practiced the map, but then did not know which slot it was in. Just forgot. We are witnessing some incredible stuff here. If Dash K is right reading this, or just not even Siren, but if they are reading this without having practiced the pool, this is very impressive. Out of curiosity, I will check what the highest score on this was before this match, but I am 99% sure this is the new top play of the tournament on normal 5. Holding 90% to the end of this map is insane. It has a little bit of time left to bring his back up to 90%. He dropped slightly under it in those patterns we saw earlier. But we are getting to the stacks, and what Kurisu is doing is what you'd expect from anyone, but now I'm noticing Kurisu. I was only looking at Dash K, but Kurisu built up all the way to like 90k score, which He's like the best the third best play on this map, other than Dash K and Mice JD. So Mice's score is 190k on this, one of them, and the other one is nothing. So his score on this map is 190k. So Dash K shattered that with ease. Kurisu is saying I was hoping you wouldn't pick it. Yeah. Well, it seems he had a very good reason to. And the audio died, so I have to fix that. But now, the score is completely equalized. Both players dropped a... I was gonna say they both dropped at breakpoint, but yeah. Kurisu is going into Hard Rock 2. I honestly do not really remember if Dash K can play Hard Rock at all. We know for a fact Kurisu can. It makes you wonder if they realize that more maps have been unlocked in semifinals, because we are not really seeing Hard Rock 3 and Hidden 3 that much. Is it just me, or does Dash K shake less on CS 6.5 Hard Rock than on low spacing Riddick maps? Like, much less. Their aim is so snappy. And they're definitely not a mouse player, you cannot shake that much with a mouse. So, their aim being so snappy is very impressive. Again, it makes me think of TapX, but it's not TapX. You can see both the keyboard keys being played. And Kurisu is going to be the first one of the misses, even though they're holding much higher accuracy. With the recent accuracy drop, like much higher accuracy in Dash K, but the score lead is gonna shrink unless Dash K misses, which is exactly what he does. And Kurisu is gonna trade it, but in these situations, trades favor Kurisu because they have both the higher accuracy and the higher combo. And the score lead on top of that. So if they can keep trading, not even holding combo, then they will comfortably win this map. But with a 60k score lead halfway through, it is far from over. Dash K has a very good chance of keeping this. He needs to hit these stars though. We've seen a lot of players hitting stars. And the shake is becoming so much more intense now. And it seems Dash K was caught by that very fast pattern right off the break. Those are very evil, so it makes sense. But Kurisu definitely having the upper edge here, having played a map before in a match I believe, and maybe having practiced some of the pool. I would not be able to tell you. But just overall being more consistent in Hard Rock. Like, you can tell by the accuracy, by the combo, by the miscount, I would assume. I'd have to see it first, but he's just a better Hard Rock player, and it shows. He wins by 150k. Very big score, Dave. Well, I was wrong because they both had 3 misses on this map. With Kurisu having the higher max combo and significantly higher accuracy. He's saying stop scaring me. I think at the break he saw that Dash K was getting very close. And even though he just lost the Hard Rock 2 peak, he is going straight back in the Hard Rock pool with Hard Rock 1, which is tech. So maybe he's just a more confident tech player. Although I cannot imagine anyone holding combo on Hard Rock Tech with Dash K's Shake. I am baffled. I don't understand how he does it. And I'm even more surprised that it's not Tapex. I will have to ask him after the match because I'm honestly just curious at this point. But yeah, it could also just be the area. He's praying to the snap aim gods to give him stability on sliders, even though he's the one who picked Hard Rock 1 tech. I mean, if he did not learn his lesson from the first misspeak and still isn't looking at the pool comments which tell you exactly what each map is, then it's only his fault. Both players come with the beginning sections. We are now entering the first tech slider part of the map. Kurisu with the higher accuracy yet again. It's been the trend of the entire match, except on the normal 5 peak where Dash K was just much better at reading. Kurisu has been holding the accuracy advantage on pretty much everything. And Dash K is going to be the first one to break. Oh my god, Kurisu. Breaking at the end of that small stream and then getting so angry to do a full loop with the cursor. And now Dash K has a 150 combo lead with which they can close the gap a little bit, but again, they are always on the back foot because of their accuracy, so this small combo lead is not gonna be enough. Kurisu is going to be the first one to break into this second slider section. Dash K following soon after, but Kurisu is holding accuracy even on these patterns, and Dash K is finding another chain miss there. I think this is becoming very hard for Dash K to bring back, and this looks like another mispeak. Kurisu is gonna find out a break, but with such a high advantage so late in the map, you can only wonder if Dash K has enough time to bring this back. Even if he held combo all the way to the end, it just looks like he needs divine intervention, he needs Kurisu to chain miss, and I believe we are out of the dense parts of the map and there's just no way this can be. This can go in anyone's favor other than Kurisu. So yeah. Dash K is gonna lose his own peak by like 70,000 points. It was a very questionable strategy to pick Hard Rock right after losing the Hard Rock peak by such a big score lead. It was, I believe, 150k, so really see it backfiring pretty badly, because now Kurisu is one pick away from winning on their own peak. Dash K just put themselves in the worst situation, or yeah, the worst situation they could have. And it only makes you wonder if this was their next best pick, then how bad other maps would go. we are going to see Kurisu picking DT2, which is an old map, which K won earlier, so again, really makes you wonder. I think we can safely say that this should not be one-sided at the very least. If K has a chance to bring it back, that's an entirely different story, but it has to start somewhere, and an old DT map after your loss, or after you won the opponent's old pick, the goodest chances you're gonna get. Meanwhile, Kurisu is asking him not to ult well. Not what you want to see. Picking maps because you hope your opponent's not going to do well on them. Usually it does not work out in your favor. But you never know. We see K missing on nothing in the beginning, but they're both missing a lot of accuracy right now, so it's gonna be pretty much dead even. There's no combo advantage to speak of, although now 150 combo, nothing. Can matter. Especially since Kurisu is stabilizing egg-wise as well, while K is still struggling a little bit. And Kurisu is gonna break right before the Ki again. Although, maybe it's not a Ki, the map just bamboozled me. Because apparently it was a slow slider section that had free combo for K to bring this back on. And a 3% accuracy lead is not that significant on double time. Especially with a 300 combo lead. So now K has to extend his lead. He has to grab the lead and then extend as much as he can, because again, he has never had the accuracy lead this entire match. His only chance is to combo, and we are currently looking at a picture. Bancho just wanted to build out some suspense right before K misses. And it was a Bancho miss actually. It was a double bamboozle. He's still holding the combo, and still 300 combo in the lead. And the point difference continues to shrink. Although K losing accuracy all over the place is making it real hard for themselves to bring this back. But with another break from Kurisu, he's gonna run away with it really hard now. And at this point, as long as he can keep a bit more combo, he's gonna have a very comfortable advantage. Which he seems to do, and he is out of the Ki. He is out of the Ki with a massive combo advantage. Although, now they are entering a break and they can see each other's scores. You can see Kurisu saying wow, you can see K being hopeful that he can keep combo afterwards as well. But again, he only needs a little bit more, because it's much more likely for both of them to break on the next Ki's than it is for both of them to hold combo, so any more lead he can gain, and he will be advantaged to trade afterwards. And Kurisu is gonna miss on that small flick pattern, so to call it. And K is approaching 1600 combo. Will he be able to bring his combo all the way to the end of the map? Because at this point it's very unlikely for Kurisu to bring this back no matter what happens. And K is not gonna be able to finish the map with his combo intact, but Kurisu is gonna trade as well, and just as I was saying, trades favor Dash K heavily here. Although, even if they didn't trade, I doubt there would have been enough time for Kurisu to bring us back, even with their better accuracy. Gonna see another break from the side of Dash K, but he is approaching 600k score, more than respectable, and he is going to break another break point, and now he needs to win his own pick. And we encounter a problem here, because his last pick was harder 1, and he lost it pretty badly. So you can only wonder if it means that Dash K is out of picks here. Is there anything he can pick where Kurisu is not very favored? He's had 2 mispicks already in this game alone, so... He's going back to the hiddens. Hidden 2 was banned, but he's going to Hidden 1, the aim consistency, somewhat hidden map. Well, with how the trend has been going, you would normally expect him to go somewhere into the hidden pool, but he was very reluctant to play them for some reason, and the reason is that Kurisu has been doing very well on them prior to this as well. Makes you wonder, why would he not go into Hidden 3? Well, because one of the reasons is that he did not practice it, and he doesn't really know what the map is, but... Could have been a strategy to try to catch your opponent by surprise with some patterns he has not played before. I don't think I would equate Hidden 3, or I don't think I would put it at the same level as Nomotsu when it comes to tapping. Kurisu is gonna be the first one to break. Very early. It's not gonna mean much in the grand scheme of things. For the first time this match, Dash K is holding a curious lead on a map that's not completely unreadable for the opponent. Although it's not that big of a lead in the first place. And Kurisu is slowly stabilizing, so... I very much doubt the score difference we're seeing now is gonna be the thing that decides this point. Kurisu is gonna be the first one to break in the first Ki as well, so now Dash K is in a very good position to extend his lead and get into a situation where he can afford to make a mistake or two. He is going to miss, but Kurisu missed right before him. And even though he could not extend his lead that much, he was still in a position where a trade does not affect him that much, because now they are dead even again, except Dash K this time is the one with the 70k combo or score lead and 2% almost accuracy lead. And we are gonna see that Dash K's overall consistency on this hidden pick is going to put him in a very good position here. They are trading over and over again, but with such a big score lead already, trades are very good for him. And there's probably... yeah, I don't think there's enough time for Kurisu to bring this back. Even with that miss, definitely not. And Dash K is going to bring this match to a tiebreaker. You can clearly see the difference in consistency here. 3 misses versus 17. 200 more combo, 2% accuracy. I believe Dash K is going to be hidden on this. Yes. I do not know what to say about this. Over and over again, people have been picking hidden on tiebreakers in Duck Cup, and every single time they're the least hidden-friendly tiebreakers in the world. This time less than Quetzalcoatl at the very least, because this one does not have that many like spaced patterns and whatnot. But it's still a stream map, and usually people don't really play HD-only streams that much, from my experience. Well, we can see Dashki struggling to get 4 digits of score here, because his egg drops are losing him more score than he's getting, but... you can only assume he's going to stabilize a little once the map gets out of the slow section. But Kurisu is holding an SS. And I assume it's not going to be for long, but... still pretty nice to see. Yeah, he misreads the timing on that stream a little bit, and Dashki is going to be the first one to break. On the accelerating stream. Now we are finally getting into the map. 1/4 in with a very slight advantage for Kurisu. They're going to break almost immediately after me seeing that, but Dash K is going to trade it just as fast, and now Kurisu in the driver's seat once again. Oh yeah, actually, the only reason Dash K is not falling behind that hard is the hidden mod advantage. Pretty safe to say that. Because he's behind in every other department, quite significantly. But a 40k score lead is not impossible to recover, because there's still half of the map left. And Kurisu is gonna miss on that, it was nothing, and Dash K is gonna miss on this accelerating stream again. And now they're both gonna enter the tacky section of the map with no combo at all. I believe Dash K has like a 2 combo advantage. But he needs to catch up, and Kurisu is going to give him the chance here. That is exactly what he needed. He needed Kurisu to miss, and Kurisu keeps missing. And this is his chance to bring the score back to his advantage, to bring himself in another position where he's comfortable trading, but he's going to miss as well. And now Kurisu has the chance to not drop his advantage. We're entering the 1/3 section. It's not that long of a section, so... And it's also relatively straightforward, so... Yeah. Both players holding through it comfortably, but the accuracies have been equalized because Kurisu chain missed quite a bit. So now we see we have 1/3 of the map left, and there's only a 20k score lead. The score lead has gone down by like 20k since the last time we had a break, so if the trend goes on like this, we're gonna have a very equal end of the map. Although Kurisu, currently on a 200 combo advantage, got it somewhere. Again, the hidden advantage is keeping the lead from growing too much, but Dash K needs a little bit more here if he wants to win this map and this match. And Chris is going to give him that little bit more, again. He has the chance now. He needs to hold through this section, because we know the end of this map slows down considerably, but he's going to miss again before he can bring it back into his own favor. And now Kurisu is on a 100 combo lead again, with the score lead as well. If anything, the score lead has gotten bigger again. It's back at like 25k, even 30k, and Dash K is going to miss again, and we are approaching the slow section of the map. Kurisu is gonna miss right before it, but it might be too late. It is not getting closer nearly fast enough. It might not even be getting closer at all. And sadly for Dash K, despite his incredible efforts at making this comeback happen, especially after those tragic mispicks, he is going to lose the tiebreaker by 30,000 points, and Kurisu will advance to the finals.